So today I'm going to show you how to make a Call of Duty 4 server, which you can use to play with your friends or whatever you want to do. You can create private matches for Call of Duty 4 on PC. Took me a little while yesterday and a little messing around and reading a lot of stuff. But anyway, so first off, if you want to play Call of Duty 4, you need to get COD 4X. And I feel like this is the easiest way to do it. Just follow this guide, it's pretty straightforward. Yeah, anyway, to make a server, I went to this one, COD 4X mod, how to create a server, Windows guide, this guy right here. Kuda, he's put up a guide and it was the best one I could find anyway, that I could follow. So first off, you want to forward your ports, which there's plenty of videos out there on how to forward your ports and stuff. Everyone's routers are a bit different, so yeah, don't really want to go into that too much. So you just need your IPv4 address and the port number that you want to use. He specifically says don't use port 28960, so just use another 5-digit number that's lower than 65535. Yeah. And anyway, setting up your server. So first off, make a new folder. And we'll call this server. You'd probably call it COD 4 server. Anyway, next up. Next step is, it's a bit smaller. Next step is to create a main folder within this folder. So let's get a new folder. It'll take forever. There it is. It's main. But another folder. Responding, what the fuck? Anyway, make a new folder for you. So this can be anywhere in that folder. Make a main folder. Oh, that's right. Sorry. Let's get rid of that. Delete. Oh my god. Alright, sorry. So we've made our main folder. We're going to go to our COD 4 installation folder. So let's bring that up. Where's my COD 4 installation folder? It is this PC. It's in my SSD. It's in Steam Library, and it's in Steam Apps, and it's in Common. There it is, Call of Duty 4. Main folder. Go to your Call of Duty 4 installation folder and copy any. Go to main. RWD. So that's all of these. So let's copy all of them. And copy. And back to COD 4 server. Call it test server. That's what I want to do. I have two of them. Let's just drag them over and chuck them into main. So while that's doing that, now copy the zone folder and paste it into your server folder. So we'll have two folders, main and zone. So let's go back. This is my COD 4 server folder. Server folder. What is going on? What in the frick is going on? Sorry for swearing. So we're going back. my normal COD4 folder. Yes. Can I copy the zone folder and paste? Sure, paste shortcut, whatever. No. Wait. Copy, yes. That's what we'll do. Okay. God. Everything is so touchy. Anyway. I swear it's a bit simpler than what I'm making it. Alright. So we've got a zone folder. We'll now have two folders, main and zone, inside our server folder. And we'll need to download the server files for Windows, which I've already done. So click on that. Yeah, COD4X server. Can't remember this part. Once the server files are downloaded, open them and go until you see main/zone files and other loose files. Drag the loose files into the root directory of your server folder. Okay, so let's have a look. Here we are. So it's these ones. Copy them into your just your server, test server. So it should look like that. Yeah. All right, good. Close that. Don't need it. Files downloaded. Get folder. Let's see main zone. Root directory of your server. Then copy the files inside the main zone folder. The zone folder from into the main zone folder of the server. Ah, right. Whoops. So where did? Sorry, let's open that back up again. So go into main. So let's copy these ones are from main into main. Yep, done. Back. Let's go into zone. This one from zone to zone. Yeah. After this has been done, make a shortcut for COD4X inside the server folder. Everything is slow. So, you know. Yeah. All right. Create shortcut. There it is. This is going to be what we use to run our server, or to start up our server. Happy days, there it is. Shortcut. It's our launch. We use this to set launch options. Right click. So we'll download the server files for Windows. Go in. Chooses this will work still. Anyway, because mine looks a bit different. So what you're going to do is right click your shortcut, go to properties, target, scroll right to the end. Yep. And that's where you're going to put all of this in. Plus set all of this stuff. But where it says IP, that's where you put your IPv4 in. Yeah, and where it says port, that's where you put your port number in that you've opened in your open port settings of your modem. And then once you've done all that, you hit apply, hit OK. See, I've already done it with my other one, so I'm not going to do it again now because I haven't opened any other new ports. So that's what you do there. Says, and, oh, you also need to put in here a password. Just make sure I wrote all this stuff down in my notes, my IPv4 and the port that I've opened and the password that I used. You don't need the password to access your server or anything, like for other people to access it, so don't stress about that. I didn't get an error, so yeah, there's a character limit, whatever. Make sure you just keep the name of your folders nice and short. So step 3, let's set up the server settings. This is where I got confused. He's given us a template here, which is the Code4x server template. It's got all this is going to be all your settings of how you want your server. All the codes and stuff that you need. That's their one. I opened both so I could, and then he's got his one, which is a standard team deathmatch one. Bit easier to understand, I thought. So I used his and adjusted it to my liking. But you're like, oh, what do I want to do with it? That's what I was thinking anyway. I was like, okay, let's click on it and change the name of it. And oh, no, this is just a read only. So download it, download the raw file, which is what I did here. This is it. Now it's in my notepads and I can edit it. Then you want to save it. And you want to save it to your server folder and into your main folder. So you want to save it in here and it will come up in here. So actually I'll do that. So we'll go file, save as, server test into our main, and we'll call it server.cfg. Save. So here it is. There it is there. Beautiful. That's what we want. I'll go over that in a second. Just make sure we've gone over everything. So he says to change a few things. So go to line 15. Oh, add a authentication token. Right. So where is it? Go off this one, a bit easier. This one is? Yeah. Where's line 15? Here it is. Set authentication token. So must be up the top. I missed it. Oh, it's right there. Okay. So here's what you want to do to get this. You can follow his instructions, pretty simple. Go to the Code4 server master list. Click on get token. And then you click on this and it'll pop up with your Steam, assuming you've got your Steam open and you've already bought the game and everything. And it'll give you a big long code and you just copy and paste that into there. Pretty simple. That's just their way of saying, yes, you own the game. And that you've paid for it. And you don't have some dodgy version. So, yeah, pretty simple stuff. And then it says change server name. That's fine. You go down to sets host name. Type in the name of your server there. Gaming server. That's what'll pop up for everyone on COD4 to see. You can use your color codes there to change the color of the words. So let's say we wanted purple. We'll put and 6, and I'll change it to purple. Then what does he say? Set a password if you want the match to be private. I don't particularly care about that. That's just under password here. So you type in your password there, not Archon password. You don't bother touching that. So it's just G password. Put your password in. That's what your friends will have to type in to join your match. To change game mode. Right. So this is where I had to do a bit of working out. You don't need to touch a lot of this stuff. So you got your networking. The only thing I bothered putting in was the port numbers that you're going to use in there, and then you get rid of those slashes. So those slashes are pretty much saying that's not active right now. We're not using that right now. If they've got the slashes in front of. So here's all your gameplay stuff. Your kill cam. Change it to 0 if you don't want to kill cam. Your points and stuff. Time until match starts, 15 seconds. And respawn delay. Health, sprint time. Headshots only. You can change it to 1 if you want headshots only. Team kill, if someone team kills, the punishment. Not sure what anonymous means. I'm assuming people can show up to your game under anonymous. Team balance is off. No, we don't want team balance. No friendly fire. Spectate type 2 is free. 1 is team player, or 0 is no spectating. Hardcore mode. Just change the 0 to a 1 if you want to play hardcore. Same with old school mode. Allow vote, yeah, that hasn't really worked for me. So, set up for custom maps. I haven't been able to do this yet. I'm gonna ignore that. So NES, don't worry about that. Didn't touch any of that. So here's all your game modes. Deathmatch. And these are your settings for that deathmatch. So your score limit, your time limit, your round limit, number of lives. If it says 0, it means you're just going to respawn. If there's 1, you only get 1 life. Wave spawn delay. The only thing I changed here was the time limit is 2 minutes. That's pretty low, I feel. And if it's set to 0 for score limit, I'm pretty sure it's just no score limit. So no limit, 2 minutes. Round limit 1, obviously. You don't have rounds in free for all. Team deathmatch, the code is war. Anyway, score limit, time limit, round limit. Same thing, you can mess with all these settings if you want to. But yeah, mess with them there, you don't move them. Now he's got the game type and maps. So this is your code for all the maps that you want to use, which has got all the standard maps. This part here, all this, that's your game right there. That's what you're gonna play. So he's got it set up as these are all the maps playing team deathmatch. So what I've done in my one, my up-to-date one, which I might open that one and show you now. So if you want to change any of the game types, you just get rid of war. So if you want to change the first game to be free-for-all on backlot, get rid of war. go up and you see search and destroy is SD, sabotage is SAB, headquarters is KOTH, domination, blah blah blah, deathmatch, free for all, DM. Scroll back down. We'll put in DM. Now that's going to be a free for all on Backlot. This game is going to be Team Deathmatch on Vacant, and so on and so forth. So you can change all that. And having this at the end means it'll rotate randomly through those. So he's got it set to 1, which is, his map rotation is randomized. If you wanted to play in sequential order, press 0. But yeah, so in my current one, took me a little while of doing. A little bit of playing around. So I've got his Team Deathmatch one. I just copied and pasted it and changed them all to DM for free for all, search and destroy for headquarters for sabotage, and then I've got a random one which I've got maps showing up multiple times with different game modes and stuff like that. And you put the slashes in front of the ones you're not going to use. So say I only want to play Team Deathmatch. I'll put the slashes back in front of these ones. Don't know if I have to put it down the side here or just at the start, but I'll just put it down the side just in case. And then I'll play Team Deathmatch. Let's get rid of the slashes here. That's just my heading, so I know what it is. So I just leave that. And now when I start up my server, it'll hopefully run Team Deathmatch. Yeah, I'm not going to save that because I like it the way it is at the moment. So once you've edited your server to how you want it, you launch it, and it will take a while to launch. So let's launch mine, the one that I know works. Once you've started your server, he says open the game and open the console in the game with the tilde key and type connect, then your IP, colon, your port number. And that's just how you connect directly to your specific server. That's how people can connect. However, if you've done the token and everything, and it comes up, server is registered on the master server, it'll show up on the Cod4X master server, which, so mine's called Oz Australian server or whatever. It's vanilla server. It's probably not there yet. It hasn't fully loaded up. Game server is not VAC secure. All right, we're back in business. Game server is not VAC secure. Yes, that's what we want. Master server needs token to complete registration. Sending master heartbeat. Sending master heartbeat. All right. Mine will take a little while. Yeah, it's got that green bar going. It's working on it. I was reading it, and like I originally started up the server, and I was like, okay, cool, connected to it with connect IP port. Okay, connected to it, sweet. Couldn't see it though in the main server list on the Cod4 game. It wasn't in there under Cod4X. It wasn't showing up here. I just realized I had to wait a bit longer for it to actually show up. So it'll keep doing its thing. We'll get to like here and it'll start sending heartbeats properly again and say, pop up saying it's active on the, what's it say, on the master server or something. Yeah, server is registered on the master server. That's what it says. And then that's it. It's done. It's good. We'll double check. Once it done. Once it does that, give it a minute. That way anyone can join it. Your friends can just see it there. They can join it. It's easy. It's just a normal server then, really. I would suggest, yeah, having a static IP so you don't have to change your port forwarding IP every time you want to do it. And I'm assuming you'd have to go into properties and change that in the code as well. Bit of a nuisance, but it is what it is. And yeah, probably also have it on a standalone PC that's just for hosting servers. I'm just curious if I can host multiple servers. That'd be good. When I update my PC, I'll probably get a brand new one. So I'll just downgrade this one to a server hosting PC. Hopefully have some Australian servers for people to play on. Like it's a good game. Like people to play it a bit more often. Brings back a lot of nostalgic feels. Yeah, this should hopefully, there we go. Sending master heartbeat, servers registered on the master server. So if I go to Code4x, reload the page, find my server by typing in Oz because mine's got, there it is, Herbs Oz Vanilla. Now when I first did this here was all in red. So I could join my server, but no one else could. Now if that shows up red, there's a problem with your port forwarding. And you've got to figure that out. It means you've set up the server perfectly and it's working fine. It's showing up there. But if that's showing up red, you've done something wrong with your port forwarding. So yeah, I just realized that I'd done port triggering, which I thought was the same thing. I then did a virtual server and that fixed it for me. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Good luck. Feel free to play on my server if it's there. And yeah, let's play some Code 4. Bit of fun. Thank you.